You're live. Okay. I'm not close to ready, but it usually takes a second for people to get here. And I didn't text anyone because this was sort of like an impromptu, I need to wear my classic headband. Let's do red bar sort of situation. I'm just kidding. That wasn't it. I put the headband on last. But I have to turn off the air conditioner. And what I want to cover is this part.
It was perfect.
I don't even know who these people are.
Chicago had
And okay. Whatever. Sometimes you guys watch this in the beginning and that's cool. Oh. I don't want to let the trolls roll anymore. That rule is gone. So if you started from the beginning, whatever, for future. What's the other thing? I forget at this moment. Oh, somebody like, I'm really happy that I'm introducing a lot of, I don't have the same setup because the dogs are sleeping and I'm not going to inconvenience my dogs. But somebody said, Ashley, I love that so many people that didn't know about Red Bar are like finding out about Red Bar for me. And somebody recently wrote in a comment, Ashley, I don't know any of these people that they're talking about. Is that okay? I don't either. I mean, you guys know, for some reason, I know like some of them. For some reason or other, I know some of them, right? Mostly under inauspicious, at best, circumstances, or whatever you want to call it. But no, we're watching Mike and Jules. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we're about to watch about this guy, Deaf Noodle. So I have no idea who Deaf Noodle is. But somebody like went to his house. I don't know. It's very, very funny. So you'll see. So to answer that question, if that person is back, absolutely not. And I think a couple other people have asked me in different sort of ways. But more than that, I feel like a lot of you have been like, I enjoy this person so much, and you're not into stand-up or don't even really know any of these people or whatever. And yeah, you get it. So let me try to find this spot.
You know what? I might throw up pictures because we got so many new people. Also,
hi, Angela. What's up, Greg? Is it Greg or Greg's girlfriend? I never know.
And
your girlfriend's really cute.
With crappy comedy shows and watching people do it all.
It's around 3
or
so. I don't want to.
The first roast battle. This was big, right? The lights aren't working.
Okay, let's see.
The crowd is hot. They're tired.
While I'm not at the spot, I'm going to figure out the lighting. If you're just getting here, I don't have the ideal situation because both my dogs are sleeping here and I don't want to inconvenience them.
So it's been like that. It's been pull up or shut up. It's been I'm a comedian. I know comedy. Wait till you see my club. And then we get this. Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't even hear it. What do you... Did somebody yell something? Celebration. Oh, it's the WeChat. That's the WeChat. This is happening. WeChat. By the way, folks, you can We'll let them take the stage, then we'll move forward.
Okay, so a few of you guys are here. That's awesome. Do I have one moderator? Angela, no more. Hi, I love you. I texted Wendy Pendipoo yesterday because I was watching one of the live chat replays, and I realized I snapped at her. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, and Wendy, I want to tell you, and I'm going to say, sorry, Angela, I want to tell you and all the moderators, and I want to say publicly to Wendy, I am so sorry that happened. But also in the same breath, I am so grateful that like we're all so like sonar beep beep tight knit that you guys knew that my snapping wasn't like at Wendy. It was like, no, let me deal, because this guy was writing all these awful, nasty things like that my dad was burning in hell with Frank Sinatra and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, no, don't block him. Let me do this. But it kind of translated, like when I watched the replay of it, it kind of translated like, I felt like anyway, I texted Wendy about that. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. So that rule is gone. Angela, you're the only moderator I have here. What's up? How to joining with you daily? How to joining with you daily? You mean how to join with me daily? I do it different times every day, and I don't do it every day. So if that answers your question, if that was the question. So Angela, if the other moderators come, and I can see the chat pretty well from here actually, but that rule is gone. At first, when we started doing Red Bar, people were coming with like all these things, and then like me and the moderators were in agreement that we like needed to. I would use subscribers only mode, then like a couple of people brought to my attention, like, let them see what they want to say. Like, I think some of these people just want your attention, Ashley. Like, they're just trying to be funny. The inflection and cadence is lost. But after the other day, I'm just saying, like, after like 3 or 4 comments and anything about my father, like, definitely use your moderator powers or whatever. Right? Does that make sense? I hope. Cool. Thanks for being here. All right. Cool. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are awesome. Oh, cool. Hi, Greg. Hi, Greg's girlfriend. All right. I feel like I need one more book.
Just in case you're curious. Anyway, are you ready? All right.
For this was the first one. And again, there might have been 15 people there. There might have been.
I hope we get to
6
where I
people
was
there that
before,
weren't
because it was
his
quite funny.
comedians or friends or family. He took his parents to this. His parents came out, Warner Brothers executives. Uh-oh. His parents came out to watch. He thought this was going to be a big, big night.
Let's get this show rolling.
Everybody, cheers.
Of course, it didn't work. Hold on.
It's like perfect timing
Give
for
me a
me.
second, folks. This is the first time I'm doing this, okay? Give me a break.
Y'all know the name.
Y'all know the name.
Okay. I'm not pausing or anything. This is really what's happening.
Murphy's Law. Hey, Steven.
Thanks, Angela.
This is a good part.
Look at this. Steven, turn on the lights. Nobody could hear him. He's not talking in the right mic.
You can see the computer better.
Whoa. Feedback,
Whoa.
folks, just like a film. So imagine you're watching your enemy. Everything's happening as you've wished. You're me. You've been hating this guy for years.
You're me.
You want this to happen, and it's all happening. And now we're getting feedback, like in the movies where something. I didn't know that actually happened. I used to criticize movies. I go, just because someone's bombing doesn't mean feedback comes out of the auditorium. Well, I guess it does. When you're doing so poorly, the mic feedback's like a show. Isn't that cool? Watch this. Look at this. This is the opening of his
I just felt bad for my dogs for a
first
minute.
event. I'm just going to play as is.
You guys gotta get to see a little bit of behind the scenes over here. Hey, Steven. Yeah, what's up? So, okay.
There we go. And now all the house lights are on, right?
Yes.
So they've turned on all the house lights. You can see the place now beautifully
He goes,
done.
Steven, turn on the lights, and he flicks on just the lights
Yeah.
switch.
So by now, all of you know this room. Now, what's interesting,
Did
ceiling
anybody
fan
invest
here.
like-
Remember, no AC, but they do have some ceiling fans. Not turned on.
I don't care what I look
And
like.
what's even better is Deaf Noodles thought those ceiling fans looked
Okay, great.
lame.
We're at Deaf
So you know
Noodles.
what he had them do? Pull them out. So the second roast battle didn't even have fans installed. Not one fan in the room.
Oh shit, the air
Except
conditioning.
for Redbird. Okay.
Sorry, boss.
So this is the first one. It was a disaster.
Almost there.
It's gonna sound much better now. Sorry.
Lights going on and on. I mean, really, it couldn't have been better. Okay, and then not only that, but you know, all the bragging of him being a great comedian. It's his turn to roast, right? So we'll
Go
just
to
show
like
you.
1 hour, I guess.
Yeah, we'll show you that. So his whole thing is that he's a roasting machine. And when you finally see him do his comedy, we'll all understand, and then we'll leave him alone, right? So here he is, the first roast, and he's up against this beautiful Miranda Meadows. She's become a star. One of the most hated people out of this whole thing is this messy.
I heard from Adam McIntyre that she stinks.
Look at her. This is Miranda Meadows. She's awful. You'll see. I don't have to really explain.
no
She's
idea who
one of
she
the
is. I've never heard that
low-life
name
type
before.
of comics that we had in the Chicago scene that I would, dismiss. I'd never allow them on my shows. I'd never allow them at the club. And they would start hating me for this. I was a big enemy of the low-life. A lot of people like to be friendly with them, not me. I hate
Not me.
when the psychos think they could play with the non-psychos. Turns out they were
I
all
hate when the
psychos
psychos
except for
think
me.
they can play with
Okay,
the
here's
non-psychos.
Deaf Noodles' first roast.
I hate that
We'll see
too,
how
by
it
the
goes,
way.
and then we'll show you why we bombarded him. This is it. It's playing. Look, his mic is not working again. I mean, you saw how hard I would go in
Is he
and
like
kill
in a
Tony for the
classroom?
audio.
What is
Remember
this
Brian
venue,
Redband
by the
I mean, I
fixed
way?
the
feel like
audio.
they owe Tony an apology now.
I mean,
Tony
yes.
is a god. That
Kill
roasting
Tony
actually
is Kill Tony is a beautifully shot
gorgeous production.
Yeah, compared to this. So the mics aren't on. Miranda
Compared to
Meadows is up there. This beautiful lesbo, this bisexual person. Watch this.
TOS. Okay, we're back. All right,
I'll
Miranda,
zoom in a
you
little
ready?
bit.
It's you and me. It's you and me. I'm like the meanest guy on the internet right now.
We're
First roast.
We're
This is
roasting.
Oh!
What's happening here?
What? Key and Peele just taking over this? Okay, I already fucking
First roast.
wearing that dare shirt because you're like, I dare you to run away from me.
Right, guys?
What just
She's
happened?
supposed to be. He slated her as like the headliner. So she's roasting him last. She actually wins this roast battle. Okay. But he's slating her as like the top comedian. And in their little low level scene, she's like the least. Okay, so that's how you gotta know.
Yes.
She's
Come
leadership
here.
within
Yes.
this fake, homeless, psychotic scene of comedians. Watch this.
Carrot Top called. He wants his
Good
look
boy.
back.
Carrot Top called. You want
And
some
listen,
more?
now again, what you're witnessing is Dennis's first. This isn't after hours of him screaming and already. No. This was after months of him telling people he was going to destroy them. So of course we couldn't believe our eyes. The internet couldn't believe their eyes. Believe it or not, this was covered by hundreds of YouTubers. It was even trending this first week. This isn't the one we went to. This is the first one. It was trending. Believe it or not, whether or not you've heard of him, whether or not you think this is just some low-level stuff, this was big. People were watching, and this turned into, everybody was covering it. People couldn't believe it. I'll play a little bit more, and then we'll show you how we got involved.
Cat got your tongue?
No, you're
Pussy
just
got your tongue?
nah.
Cat?
You look like
Your
you
cat?
woke up in a
Cat got
dumpster.
your tongue?
Probably.
That's his comeback. Probably.
Bitch,
Well,
it's
that was
your
supposed to be a
turn.
diss.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something.
You ever seen
But
it?
also, what's the venue? Why do I feel like they're like in a classroom? Like there's nothing appealing about the aesthetics of like whatever this is.
Oh my
But
god.
I don't know who this
I'm
is.
looking at
So.
your teeth because I just can't.
Tim Meadows'
It reminds me-
daughter.
You see that movie Ed with the horse with the big teeth?
I don't have that big a teeth.
Isn't that a
You're just
TV
like
show?
fishing for something now. You look
Really?
like emo Shaggy.
Emo Shaggy.
Ooh, this is bad.
That shirt's too small for you, low key.
I don't understand how you have holes on your knees, on your pants, because you don't go down, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah?
I do. You can go down on bitches. What? Do you not know that? Again, that's
Apparently
Noodles, because he's never hit a girl with a wet pussy. Okay.
Oh. Everything's wet pussy, this, wet pussy. So that's basically it. The whole internet made fun of him. But you know what? The part that really got us here, maybe if he would have done this and then kind of humbled up and backed off the net and stopped telling everybody that he's an amazing
Did you
comedian,
run today?
maybe we would lose interest. But no, he came back harder than before, saying that this was a huge success. It was hilarious. The people in the crowd
The woman was
loved
like
it
going back and
and
forth,
started
right?
to challenge YouTubers
understand
out there.
where-
If you want to talk shit, pull up. Come on down. You want to sit there and talk shit? You
Come on down.
Roast me. We'll see how it goes. So
You
we
can't roast Mike
came up
David.
with this idea that we would
Can you
send
imagine if someone
Salvo
tried to
out
roast Mike
to Los
David?
Angeles I've been wanting to do this. I just like setting things up. I used to set up events and stuff. It was very fun for me to just set up an event, So I said, Salvo, if you'd like to go to LA to
Two is better than
roast Steph
nothing,
Noodles,
and it ain't
roast, and we
nothing.
put that in quotes every time because we're not gonna, ever since since we started discussing this, it was never going to be a roast.
No one's interested in participating in stand-up comedy.
Exactly. This is completely gay. To us, stand-up is just a no-no, no matter who you are. But we thought it would be funny
No matter who you
if
are.
we could come up with a list of all Deaf Noodles and the Klein's crimes. This was our original plan. Let's make a simple list from, of the worst stuff Deaf Noodles has done, the worst stuff the Kleins have done. And then when you come on stage, just read the list. And that way we'll get to finally confront this guy and have him answer to all the crimes that we've been, screaming at our phone screens about for the last year. We thought, okay, let's do it. And Salvo agreed. And we started from there. We go, let's build this out. What could we do? What would make this funnier? And what really brought this thing together was this idea we had to sell the tickets to our own audience. Okay? How great will this be? Let's make it really easy. What we'll do is we'll sell the tickets for them. And as soon as we thought of it, we're like, yes, let's do it. And you saw me, I jumped online. I'm scrambling to sell the tickets, right? And I thought this would be super funny. This is an idea that I've had for years, where you use your power and money to sell out someone else's show for nefarious reasons, right? We were going to do this to Joe Matarese. Joe Matarese started his own comedy club,
That's
right?
how we originally
I was
thought
gonna say,
about
holy
And I go, oh my
dooliness.
God, what if the first
thought we
week
were cool.
buy
What
up
the
all the
fuck?
tickets, he shows up, but we only send one guy. Only one of our guys shows demanding a show. If nobody shows
And
up,
stop.
then maybe
That's like
they
an
cancel
MK
the show,
Ultra
keep
mind
the money.
control movie.
That's not fun. But if one guy showed up and said,
We have
I
nothing in
demand the show I
common.
paid for it,
Except
maybe
probably
Joe
a little bit of
Matarese
blood.
and Mark
Whatever.
Norman would have to do their show for this one guy. So that's always been a fantasy of mine. So this really hit me when I saw Deaf Noodles promoting this roast for the third day in a row. I go,
I don't know anything
wait
about
a
my
minute.
sister.
I saw the first roast. This place seats 30.
Think
Surely
so.
he should be able to sell out these tickets in a minute, right? And I was thinking, like, 30 tickets. At the Red Bar Comedy Club, we sold 250 to 300 per show, 4 shows a night.
Pretty good.
And
I would have loved to go to the
30
Red
tickets
Bar
would
Comedy
be,
Club,
we put up
guys,
the link,
right?
30 tickets. And especially your Deaf Noodles, you've got this fan base, 100K on Twitter, 100K on
His club did not
Instagram.
look anything
You're
like
part
that
of
place
this
that Deaf
whole
Noodles was
YouTube
at.
thing, surely 30 tickets. So when I saw it was day 3 and he still hadn't sold the tickets,
And figured out how to use the mic or
this first
whatever.
roast battle where no one
their
came, I go,
sound issue
ain't nobody
was.
buying tickets to this. Let's see if we could
Ain't
fill the
nobody
whole
buying
crowd
tickets to
with
this.
us. And that's exactly what we did. We posted the tickets for sale everywhere, and we sold them out within an hour. I think it was like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. We sold every ticket, and we were going back and forth. He got word that we were doing it, of course, because it was public.
He got word.
Yeah, it goes on and on. Mike, you got some moles in your yeah, moles in my operation, like public Instagram
Posting
posts.
it on his Instagram, being like,
You
"Oh,
Posting
got
it
moles
everywhere.
in
I
your
go, guys,
operation."
and you saw my promotion. I was going, guys, just trust me. Buy a ticket to this event if you're out in LA. Come on down. Lots of surprises planned. And some of you knew what this was. Some of you didn't. But we sold all the tickets. It was great. I then came up with a list of activities that the audience could do.
For sure.
I want to read that list so you can
Hosea.
see what my big conspiracy
that
was.
simple,
Daph is very
definitely.
scared. He's thinking we were going to do extra stuff. We want to cause harm or shut down the show. We wanted none of that. This was
why
a
would we ever want to
college.
shut down the show of our dreams?"
We wouldn't want to. So in his mind, and what was really funny, he found out about this. He got very nervous.
Do you want to show his video clip when he's?
Oh, I would love that. Yeah. Let's show the video clip from when he found out that we were selling his tickets. Something that they can't even fathom. And I can't believe nobody else
Something they
stepped
couldn't
in
even
to
do
this.
on
That was
their
another reason
own.
we stepped in. We saw what opportunity here. And nobody's doing it. Like, why aren't people buying the tickets? Turns out most of YouTube, like Kavos and these people,
That's very funny.
if they hate somebody, they're not going to be caught dead spending a dime on. And, and this was, you heard this over and over again. These people actually paid money to come. Yes. I know that's impossible for you to believe that we'd spend $20 whole to see the event of our lifetime. Yeah, here at Red Bar, I want to spend this money. You know, this is just dipping my toe. I want to use all this money that we're gathering for outrageous college-style gags. You know, and we've got plenty more coming. Where is this
Yeah.
first
You're
one
looking
here?
for is under the day of the event.
The day of the event. So let's check this video. And this is where he finds out, welcome folks, that we've been selling the tickets. You know,
I
he
didn't come
doesn't
to
know.
Los Angeles because
He
I
doesn't
wanted to
quite
come
know
here.
what our
I came here because
plan
my
is.
sister
I
asked
think in
me to
his
come
head,
here.
you know, because he's so basic, he's thinking
Kinda
we're going
stuck
to buy
here
all
ever
the tickets
since,
and not
so.
show.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
think about it, but I
Like
also
my
more
original
than that,
plan
I
to Joe
think
Matarese.
I
That's
feel
an
very
easy
lucky to
plan.
be safe.
Buy all the
and have
tickets
a
and
home.
don't show. I think that's what he
Straight up.
thought we were going to do. All right, so what's our first time code for this?
You can go to like 9 minutes in.
9 minutes in.
9
So,
minutes
yes,
in.
he really wasn't prepared for this, and I think he thought we were going to sell the tickets and not show. Simple, stupid, easily defeatable prank, right?
Or actually,
Oh,
go to,
like maybe he thought like it would
9:50,
compete with his
all right.
sales and there would be like empty
Let's hear
seats.
this. So
This is where I was
yeah,
before.
people were tipping him off,
And he
maybe
was like, I should
because
do
it was
about
publicly
this.
posted.
He was tweeting about this all week and stuff, and this is his video about
Eventually,
it.
Mexico feels like
We
a
got a
smart
lot of coverage
move.
out of this one.
In fact,
But it's a whole
working,
thing.
setting stuff up here in
Sloan's
the
not ready to
podcast. I'm
take me
building
anymore.
another podcast studio
He needs to
across
be
from
dropped
me.
And
So-
meanwhile, this is his podcast studio that he's built. Wall, 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 wall. I mean, it really is a closet. So this is
Wall,
the fine
wall,
work. This is
wall,
the
wall,
creation
wall.
of Deaf Noodles. Very nice. All right, let's hear what he's going to do or what his thinking is when he first heard we were selling the tickets ourselves.
Oh, there's like too much shit going on for me to.
No, Whitney
host
let me be
anybody
homeless.
right now.
For 8
Especially
months.
this person.
She owes me a lot of
With
money.
all that being
She doesn't pay for
said,
anything for me.
I have to move on
She
to
owes me
something
a
a
shit
little
ton of
more
money.
serious because
Ashton
there is one
Sloan
person
going on a road
specifically
trip. Yeah,
who has
we're
been
gonna go on a road
obsessing
trip.
over
We've
me,
already been on road trips,
to a
You
point.
know, there's a thing
but
that
she's
these
gonna drop
guys
me off
do.
ultimately
These
in
noobs,
Mexico.
where
at
they
some
go,
point.
oh, they're
Where I
obsessed.
will live a very happy and
Yes,
peaceful
we
life.
are. Yes, we are. We are, of course.
With my
Ever
daughters.
seen Red Bar? We're obsessed with you. That's why we do so well when we
Is
go over your
Ashley-
video.
Hi, Ashley, what's going on?
That to us,
Red
that's not
Bar's
like
going
a
on.
shameful thing. This is my job. It would be nice if you were obsessed with something, you know. Ethan does this all the time. Man, the guy's upset. It's like the first thing you say when you're getting attacked. Here's another good one. I don't even know the guy. How many times have we heard this?
Okay, so in 2011, my mother had a stroke. To answer your question, did Whitney force you to move to Los Angeles? In 2011, my mother had a stroke. My sister asked me to go to rehab for 30 days and to move to Los Angeles to be a family with my mom. I gave away my successful yoga studio, Just Breathe Yoga. I gave away my car, paid for Jeep Grand Cherokee, my apartment that I was able to pay for, $850 a month, parking spot on the water in Bay Harbor Islands, 1 bedroom with 2 entrances and a balcony. So I ended up in an MK Ultra mind control center that was not licensed to give Advil. That's how that went. Any more questions? Let's get back to Red Bar. Thank you. Also, I've got a lot of videos where I speak about this. So if you guys have questions, please watch my videos and then ask me questions. Like, so the definition of ignorance is somebody who's lacking knowledge. And I understand that, I don't want to be rude. I'm sorry. I understand that a lot of people they either didn't know I existed or they thought I was a drug addict, alcoholic, like Whitney has said on Howard Stern, Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, publicly, privately, whatever. So here I am. Nice to meet you. I am just Ashley. Okay, cool. Behave yourselves. Whitney doesn't pay for
They're
anything for me.
obsessed. I don't even know them.
Lambros!
Look, they're spending money.
It's
Yes.
like they think you're gonna be like,
That was like a
obsessed with
that was like a
Red Bar.
throat chakra
Most
Lambros.
guys will do that. See, here's the hole in everybody else. You can cut to me.
Oh,
The hole in everybody
okay,
else. The
hold on.
reason Red Bar works so well. Again,
Red
industry
Bar works
secret.
so
You can't
well.
use it on the
Now that I
show.
have another mod here. Okay, Lambros. So forget my rule before about let the trolls roll. There are not trolls in here right now. I'm not able to see the chat as well. The dogs are sleeping. But so forget that rule I had after the other day. So if somebody is saying anything derogatory or out of line and I can't see it, or I'm watching, because you guys, mostly I'm watching here and I'm watching the time. We're at 24:53. And I'll like check the chat something. I'm checking the chat more literally since, I don't know, when did some idiot make me cry? Or what? No, it's so nobody can make you do anything, right? When did I allow myself to be sensitive and react to somebody on a computer 5 days ago? So trolls don't roll. If anybody says like my dad's in hell or some crazy stuff like the other day, just block them if I can't see it. And I appreciate you guys and I love you guys always and forever. Beep, beep.
The reason this works so well is because we know who we are and what we want.
Welcome back to the US.
These other guys,
Lambros.
they only know what you want and what your rules are. So they walk around the internet thinking that it'll be shameful to be obsessed with somebody or shameful
Whenever
to
someone
make
used to
fun
call
of
me
people.
ignorant, I'd be
You know,
like,
that's why you hear them.
Stupid.
They
But
won't
ignorant
just
means
say,
you just don't have
hey, today on the show we're going to be
knowledge. And,
making
like, I just don't want to
fun
keep repeating
of
myself.
blah,
I've
blah,
like
blah. That
definitely
to them is too embarrassing.
said
You
enough.
know, so they got to pretend that they're,
So thank you.
oh no,
for
we're
understanding.
covering
Thank you
this
for being
important
kind.
news. This is just news. Oh, please. We
Oh,
know
please.
who we are. We know what we want.
So
And
this
it always takes
somebody
them by
goes
surprise.
to his house.
They always
guys.
think that
This is what I was watching before
the
I started it.
obsession
It's
angle
so
is
funny.
going to really embarrass us out of town. Never works. There you go. Point where he's DM'd me.
I'm like already
from
laughing
months.
for you guys.
Perhaps hundreds of times, as you can see right there. And pardon me for my notification.
Notice how he's never read any of these obsessive DMs. Why not? If they're so wild and nutty, read a few, please. We were begging for him to read a few. That was one of Salvo's tasks too, but the thing kind of got off the rails. But yes, I would love
The thing
these
kind of got
DMs to
off
be
the
read.
rails.
My
I love how
dream is
Mike
for you
says
to
like the
read
silliest
those
little
DMs
things
to the
that crack
public.
me up.
It's everything to me.
I'm getting a lot of Twitter notifications and tweets. But
you,
this
guys.
person is literally like
They
nonstop.
they do whatever they can to not say the name Red Bar too. You notice that? If I hated somebody that was upset, I would love to say their name. You know, these guys also play by this rule where, oh, I'm not going to give them promotion. I'm not going to give them. Why not? Would they like this show maybe if they saw it? You know, you only got to worry about that if you're worried about them liking the show. Otherwise, what's to worry? I show you Josh Denny. You're not going to go leave me for Denny, right? So it's pretty bad when you don't want to say the name. It means you're kind of afraid people will come over and maybe see some stuff they like.
The last time I responded to one of their DMs was in February 26th. And they've been DMing me non-stop. I don't even know what the fuck any of these images are. I have no curiosity whatsoever.
You should.
This individual
You should.
is a man called Mike from Red Bar. And I'm sure that Mike's going to love getting this attention. Mike is an attention fucking whore.
Well, that's
He
not
gets
true.
a stiffy just hearing somebody else say his name. Because
That's not good
he
research.
is like,
That is not good
somebody
research.
that
I do get a stiffy. Yes, we love being mentioned, of course. The attention whore, I'm not so sure about.
What an asshole. We do not like this guy.
Mention whore, maybe.
Mention whore, yes.
What an
Mention
asshole
whore.
loser.
Right.
I don't know, outside of some weirdos on the internet, I don't know a single person in this business who actually respects him. But anyway, Mike.
What
thought it
business
would
is
be a
this
good
man
idea
in? I've never
to
heard of
email
him.
me this.
What business does
You
he
tell me
think
what you
he's
think
in?
Here we go. So obviously I'm promoting this thing for weeks. Here's something.
This is
I'm
amazing.
promoting this event for weeks, right? I'm staging all this stuff.
What
but
a
all
fucking
publicly.
fool.
So then somebody thinks it'll be funny to go on Eventbrite where he's selling the tickets and send him an email saying, I'm coming to shut the show down. Better have insurance. And they use my name in Eventbrite. You could just add any return email address that you want.
Yeah.
So they've sent this
I
to
felt
him,
like he was faking an accent or something.
And now
like just
he's
off the
thinking
bat.
it's me. And he's going to use this moment to show you how things have gone over the
Deaf
line.
noodle?
Mike's taking it too far. He's
Really?
going to shut down the show,
Like,
which
just
obviously,
that.
as you can
Unfortunately,
see,
his only evidence for going over the
There's
line
no,
isn't
I don't care if
real.
there's a cool story
so
behind
obviously
it.
I don't
If
want
a
the show
deaf
shut
noodle
down. I mean,
spoke to
I'm
him, I don't even
selling the
care.
tickets
Like,
to my
what?
listeners so that they could
So
go, and I'm
stupid.
planning all these
Why
things with
would
Salvo.
we want to waste their money?
I'm buying limos.
I love
I'm
you,
buying
Sona.
security people. I'm paying for flights. I'm booking hotels. I mean, shutting it down would be probably the best
Yeah, the
thing
name
you
is
could
a
have done
huge.
to defeat me. Would be to cancel the show. That would be the number one thing that I would
If you
hate.
wanted to
It's
upset
dumb.
us, that
It's
would have
beyond
been the move.
dumb.
So this email was not me, and of course, the thing about
And he
me,
doesn't
what
look like a
anybody ever needs to know
22-year-old, so
here-
it's like
from-
not
from
really,
here
you
out,
know.
I do everything.
I don't know why I
public.
picked that
There's no
number, but you know what I'm saying? He's not a
behind-the-scenes
kid.
Sneakery. Everything I'm going to
It's like
do
a
to a fool
grown-ass
is either
man.
being said on this show out loud
Monetizing on
or
Deaf
being planned in
Noodle.
secret. And
I don't
will
care
be said on
what
show
the
out
reason
loud,
is. It's never
or
going to be
posted
cool or
publicly
okay.
under
It's
one of
dumb.
my main profiles. If you get an email from
And
me
he
that's
talks smack
not
about Red
from
Bar, so
Mike
he's
at
on my shit list.
redbarradio.net, if it's through a different service, if it's
Deaf
under an
Noodles.
Instagram account or a
That's
Reddit or
the
anything,
name.
if it ain't from one of my official accounts,
Funny
it
show
ain't
roast
me.
battle.
All right?
Love you,
So from here
Lambros.
on out, that
Still
doesn't
don't care.
work
That
anymore.
grown
Now
ass
you
man
know.
should not be calling himself
If it's
that.
not from an official account, it ain't me. There's some person.
You know,
It's
I'm
a
always going
very
to be
light.
real.
You know, everybody's doing this. What's crazy to me is how people fall for imposters so easily. To me, if it's not from an official account, I immediately think it's fake. You know, if I'm going to send him an email, it's not going to be through Eventbrite's
He wrote
Messenger.
20.
I have him on DMs. I have his email address.
I
So,
can't read the whole thing, Lambros. I'm
not
sorry.
me. And again, even
Still
if
doesn't
it
make
was
him
me,
cool,
I
though,
would tell
Lambros.
everybody it's me.
I love how much
There's
you
nothing
know
to
about
hide
things,
here.
but still,
So
it's
he's going to
ridiculous.
show this email that's not
I
me.
think you probably agree
And
with
the
me.
worst part is he's been informed that it isn't me. My word isn't good enough for him. He knows how easy it is to spoof an email through Eventbrite. But he wants to go on with this little storyline regardless, because that's the whole basis of what he's about to say here depends on this fake email. All right, here you go,
Fake
folks.
email.
Mike emailed me, "We are going to shut your shitty event down. I hope you have insurance on that dumpy comedy club." Now, it's common for comics to shit on the comedy club they're performing in. It's almost tradition,
Yes,
to make jokes about the
Lambros,
comedy
agreed.
club. So I don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
that. But the part
That's just beautiful audio. You hear that? Listen to this difference.
of this statement that kind of concerns me is this part. "We are going to shut your shitty event down." I mean, this could mean anything.
I've never
He's
heard of him
clearly
before
trying to
today,
be intimidating
Lambros.
by writing this part in all caps.
He should have
And
gone with the.
he says, "I hope."
So this is what was this
Let's
Thursday?
listen.
Like the day before
Yeah,
the
or
big
like the
event.
morning of, possibly.
So there are two things. First of all, we're very excited because Salvo and I got full coverage on this podcast. It's a perfect promotion for what's about to come. We're excited about that. But the other thing, we're nervous. Is he going to cancel this event? So whoever this troll was who did it, and I don't know, that could have even
Whoever
been a
this
fan
troll
thinking they were
Whoever
adding in
knows.
on the fun. But thank God, Deaf Noodles is so stupid, he still went on with everything.
I
So
mean,
this
the
didn't matter.
whole day, the day of the event, I was like, oh my God, he knows about our prank. What's he going to do, do you think? He's going to come up with some plan to get
Yeah.
back at
And I
us.
told
wonder
Jules
what
a million times, I
preparation-
go, he's not going to come up with
Then
any
don't
plan.
watch
my
me
mind
if
goes,
you get
I
here's
just
triggered.
want to have
Yes, of course.
preparation.
Just go to-
But here's
click
how
off,
I
just
think
some
about
rats.
this stuff. I know my fools so well. I know every fool. I know how they operate. I
You
know their
shouldn't ever
weaknesses.
put
I know
yourself in
their
a
strengths.
situation where you're triggered.
With this guy, I knew right off the bat, I could stand in front of his face and outline exactly what's going to happen to him on Friday, and he'll still fuck it up. He's still not going
Still
to
fuck it up.
be able to. That's why I don't worry. That's why people go, Mike, he saw your point. Yeah, no doubt. I did it publicly. You don't think if I wanted to keep this private, I could have?
And he
Shit.
knew about this within 1 second of Mike selling the
Yeah.
tickets because some guy was like, haha, we're buying the tickets
Yeah.
on Twitter. So he knew the whole time.
He knew
had
the whole time.
a whole week to
And
prepare.
that's totally fine. If I didn't want him to know, we wouldn't know. I didn't care if he knew, because I knew even if he knew every fucking detail down to the limo,
Down to the
So-
limo.
he wouldn't know what to do. And we proved that right. So I don't care about that. This isn't a secret. And the Bring Back group isn't a secret group chat. That's a public space. It's just private to members, but it's not private.
Everything
private.
will leak.
Yeah.
Everything
Anything I say
The
online,
dirty laundry
I
always
am
comes
fully
out in the
aware that
wash,
it
or
could be
whatever it is
anywhere
they
at any
say.
time. So if I'm posting something online, to me that's
Or even
instantly
DMing.
public. Even DMing. If I'm talking on a computer, I consider it public. Okay. So let's hear some more from his when he finds out. And does he come up with a plan? No.
We have insurance. Now, I do have insurance, and we are taking every precaution on the book to ensure that it is a safe event.
So this is great. I got him taking precautions. This is great. A day before the event, I got him so nervous. And now this event
This
right
is awesome.
imposters got him even more nervous. He's buying security.
I wouldn't want to trigger
he's
you by
getting
telling
extra
me that.
insurance. He's hooking up more little screw-in cams to see the street. So he says. Let's hear some more.
I do not feel threatened at all by any of this. In fact, I've had this for over 2 weeks in my email,
selling
and
I don't
marijuana.
feel threatened by any of this yet.
You're
I am
being weird.
taking drastic measures
It's
with secure. I mean, really, it's like
And he just said he's had that for over 2 weeks in his email. That's not possible.
well, this is the big part of Def. No, cut to me. This is the big thing that everybody needs to understand. We cannot go back and forth with this Def Noodles.
CATCAI.
We went in there, we destroyed his whole life. Let's move on. He will drive you to suicide.
I'm already being driven to madness.
Let me
by him.
explain.
Joel
Josh
said
Denny,
I'm already
there's
being
no
driven to
stopping
madness.
Josh Denny, no matter what you do, no matter how shamed and exposed Josh Denny is, this guy's even worse.
It's like consuming all of Josh Denny's history in one day.
Yes. Imagine that everything bad that Josh Denny's ever done combined into a week and then thrown at you like a basketball.
It's very.
Do not try to make sense of his fucking nonsense because it will drive. Again, you'll want to load up a shotgun and just say goodbye.
This morning I saw he was going live again, and you just want to scream enough.
So he's one of these guys. He is a Denny. This is what we've uncovered about him, and this is what the world knows of him now. This is one of those guys where no matter what happens in reality, he's got an excuse and a way to spin it about him, and it's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. There's no amount of video footage. There's no amount of evidence. He's just going to say whatever he wants. So that's what you're seeing here. You'll see he'll say one thing, contradict himself the next. Let's just play a little bit more of this, and then we'll move forward. Onward.
I was advised because of what happened yesterday to bring this to the public awareness. So in case this man actually does try to do something. Now, with all that being said, as I've made clear before, my main goal is to create a safe, fun event.
That's a main goal?
I want to guarantee the safety of my patrons, of my guests.
You did a terrible job at that. You're selling booze with no liquor license. Note that. That's, to me, one of the biggest. We'll get into his illegalities. Those are my favorite. It's very strict, the city of LA. Remember, you've heard every one of your favorite celebrities whine about how they need a permit for this and a permit for that. You're all at home in Oklahoma going, they need permit. Do you know what would happen to LA if they didn't need permits? You would have
so much
Stark-like facilities shooting out of everybody's backyard. There wouldn't be a scrap of grass left in LA. It'd be built upon. Everybody would build whatever they want in Earthquake City, and then it would come, and it would be like when, what's that guy's name, started donating for a big tsunami that happened. What would it be? It would be, I forgot his name, and I forgot the fucking place. But the whole place would crumble. If we didn't have permits, these idiots and assholes in LA like him, they'd do whatever they want. So they have to be extremely strict. They've got a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of shaky, rickety land. Nobody ever looks at it from this angle. They just think everybody's trying to be strict.
I know a couple whose
Imagine
house
if you weren't
literally
strict
collapsed.
at all. So this guy opens up his own comedy club. It's not
Def Noodles.
He doesn't have any of the proper licenses or permits. He's doing all this shoddy work on his club. Nobody's talked about that. He's bringing in handymen and himself from Craigslist to come take down, important walls. The electricity's a mess. I mean, the power went out like 6 times at that first event. So they're overloading circuits. They're bringing in 15 people into a space that is supposed to just be an office. They've got one exit, no AC, no liquor license. They're selling liquor on camera. We've got footage of them going, do you have a liquor license? You can't have a bar. And they're going, no, we don't have a liquor license. He doesn't seem to think it's even that big of a problem. That's the real crazy part, is he doesn't seem to think that these are even busts. If somebody busted me holding a speakeasy underground comedy club in LA,
How's he
selling
dissing
like,
me?
I'd be
I'm not a
horrified.
stand-up comic.
I'd
in
be so
LA.
scared I'm going to
I'm
lose
not
it
an LA
all and be
person
shut
really
down.
either.
He doesn't seem to think these are real laws.
You shouldn't
He
be
seems to
here.
think they're suggestions
If you're
from the
asking those
city,
questions, just go
or maybe
somewhere else.
they'll call you and tell you, hey. I think it's like YouTube. There'll be a strike maybe, and then it goes away after a while. I just don't understand what his thinking is. But I love the illegalities of his club. I have never seen that before
Thank
either.
you.
So many illegal things. And they're also all carrying firearms.
Great
handguns.
description.
I mean, there's been multiple people talking about how they're bringing
like
loaded
it.
handguns into this space with
We
no
need to
liquor
get to the
license, no
part where the guy
concealed
goes
carry
outside of his
license.
house. There's a guy that
You know,
goes
this is LA.
outside
You can't
this
bring
guy's
handguns
house.
into a
and
fake bar.
He has like
right?
a camera.
You can't bring handguns into
Or I
a
don't know,
real
maybe
bar.
it's
They're
his
all
house,
bringing.
maybe it's
Steven's
his
bringing his
studio,
handgun.
but
He's
it's
bringing his
hella
handgun.
funny.
It's a mess. All right, so let's see a couple more parts from this, and then we'll get into the good. Don't worry, we're not going through everything you've already seen. I'm just showing you the parts that you haven't seen. Here you go.
You have to see
Of
when
the
this
people
person shows up at
performing,
this dude's house.
of the comedians, because there are a lot of people who are driving sometimes hours to be here. Last week at one of our shows, I met this really
I think
kind and
that's
sweet
the end of
couple
the
from
preview,
Yeah,
but
that's the end of this
keep
one.
this
Sometimes
video
hours
open for
to
the
be
next part
here.
because you
Is
actually
he
want
like
to go to
Middle
about.
Eastern?
Wait, no,
Oh,
keep this video
yeah,
open. I'm
got
watching
it.
it out of order.
Oh, sure.
So,
Hi,
This is
Cynthia.
the day of the event. Salvo gets to LA
Yeah.
and
I love
go
you.
to about 30 seconds. Or you could go to like 1
Oh,
minute.
30 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're going back. 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, check this out.
And so Salvo shows up in LA,
Yeah. And
we'll see what happens.
yeah, let's watch.
because we're going
I
to be
hope
talking
Salvo's the
about
person who's
boundaries and
outside
about a
of
few
his
other
house.
things that I've been
funny.
advised by my legal and my security
There's
team.
no illegal
My
or
legal
security
and
team.
security
He keeps trying to
team?
pin it on other people. I've been advised.
I'm gonna call
I've been advised.
bullshit
Nobody's advising
on
you.
Deaf
please.
Noodles.
A little girl and a
Legal and
black guy.
security
To
team. I
essentially
don't
start
think they
creating a paper
exist.
trail out there of these things because there's a way that these things should be handled. And I think that some people maybe don't know how to do it. They don't have an
Is
understanding
he trying to
of
have a
how
New
this
York
business
accent?
works,
He's like
or
lost in
maybe they're
sauce
just
with
really
what he's
desperate for
talking.
attention. Whatever it is, I have an obligation now to make this public and to show
To show
footage.
footage.
Anyway, yesterday, a creator that I booked to be on
Salvo,
the
this is
roast
Salvo.
battle.
You guys,
we
this
were
is
very
fucking
excited to be on the
amazing.
roast battle. Who flew across the country, paid for himself, paid for his hotel, so he could fly across the country and be on the roast battle. Very excited to be on it. He's very excited. He showed up unannounced to the comedy club, and this is what happened.
Not to be done.
Let's watch the footage from my security
Look at
cameras.
this.
And by the way, I have security cameras all over the building. And
By the way,
Oh,
security
and I have
cameras
to
all
have
over the
it for
building.
insurance
I also got
purposes,
special
guarantee the
forces
safety of the
too.
people
Like
who
this
work for
guy's
me,
such
as
a
well as
fucking tool.
anybody else who
He's a safety guy. You see, no AC, one exit, shoving 60
But he's got
people into a
security cameras
15-seater,
everywhere.
selling liquor without a liquor license, pushing people. He's a safety guy. He loves his
Oh my gosh,
safety.
it's so funny.
may be in the building.
Here's Salvo rolling up.
Can you guys see that?
So this is him right here. You can see he's
coming
coming.
perfect. You know, we were so concerned when we were watching this. We sent Salvo out to LA, and I'm watching this, and I'm go, oh no, does he have something embarrassing where Salvo walks up picking his
Oh
nose
god,
or
my
something,
face hurts right
or
now.
looking like a total doof? And Salvo, being way smarter than me, Salvo knows there's security cameras, so he decides to roll up in style on
Oh,
a
God.
bird scooter. And look how
I saw
swiftly,
him rolling up on this thing.
look how nicely he manages
Maybe
this.
in the building.
Watch this. Look at that. Class.
So this is him right here.
Class.
So he's already introducing Salvo to his audience as a funny man. This is already funnier than anything
It really is.
Deaf Noodles has tried to put on. So not a good way to when I introduce people, like
It's already
cut out
funny
the funny
funnier
parts.
than anything
When I'm
Jeff
trying
Noodles is
to
trying to put on.
Scorn somebody. You don't show them their best of. But that's what Dennis does here.
You can see he's coming up on a scooter.
Very funny.
He's on a scooter.
So Salvo instantly, there's no hiccup. He parks the scooter without
No
imagine me
hiccup.
parking a scooter. I'd be all over the ground. He parks the scooter
If me and
flawlessly.
Mike went up there, we
He
would look
parks
so
the
stupid.
scooter
He's all right. He
flawlessly.
doesn't know what a ride is.
He-
He gets on a scooter. He's flawlessly arrives, parks. He beautifully gets off
He's
the
a true
scooter.
performer. I gotta
Yeah.
say, he very much impressed me.
Yeah. He whips out his webcam. He's got a plan. He whips out his phone. He starts filming. He's got a plan. So there's no embarrassing moment here yet.
All right, I'm outside Def Noodles' place. I was invited. Hi, Def. It's common courtesy to give you.
Okay, he was not invited. I had no idea this guy was going to stop by our
He
office.
means he was invited to be on the show. And usually,
Duh.
Oh
if
my
you're
God.
invited to be on a show, usually you think, okay, I could go by the venue the day before, say hi to the guy. That's all I got. That's what you could do. No, obviously, Salvo, he wants to get as much out of this as possible. He's coming to LA to make fun of you. All we're doing is trying to
I
get a
have to
bunch of
stop laughing,
content
my
of
face
you
hurts.
getting frustrated.
And Salvo even DM'd him and was like, let's get together the day before, make like a promo for this big event.
Yeah.
And Def Noodles wouldn't respond to him.
So Daff is going to pretend like his safety is at risk here by Salvo
Ugh.
showing up on a scooter, and he tried
Oh
to.
my God.
He titled this video, "My Life Has Been Threatened." And he's
He titled
really
the
trying to
video
spin
that?
this
What an
as,
idiot.
guys, this is different, man. I'm
Whoa.
being harassed. He's really laying it on thick about how terrible this was for Salvo to do, as if somebody came to his home. He's trying to put it on par with that. All right, let's see how he handles this.
And, there's a way that things work. Like, yes, we do have a comedy club. Yes, the sign open was at the front of the club. However, the business is open. It's business hours. The club
The
isn't open.
sign open.
I have people in there working who have nothing to do with this internet shit and really don't want to be bothered by any of it. They, shouldn't be involved in any of this stuff. A lot of them don't even have social media profiles. So you're not prepared to do any of this stuff, okay? You can't go
To have
online for
someone
months
knock
and
on your
months and months
door?
yelling at people to show up. Pull up or shut up, of course, antagonizing the whole world, and then being surprised when somebody shows up to a public comedy club.
Hi, Empress.
It's on a public street. You're allowed to come by and
Didn't
film
say
the outside.
pull up or shut up asterisks.
We had Red Bar listeners during
Totally
COVID.
Citizen M.
Did you see this? We covered this. We had Red Bar
I feel
listeners
like
go to
he's
the comedy store with
Older
bucket
and
of
younger
white
in a way.
paint
But this is
and the
obviously
same
first time I know anything
paintbrushes
about
that
him,
the
too.
comedy store uses, and they wrote
So
Red
classy.
Bar
turn-
in
Angela.
script. They
So
wrote
classy
Mike
turning up on a
David.
scooter.
They wrote Jules Felker, and for a week, our names
I'm telling you, it
lived
looks like
on the
he's in
comedy
Venice.
store's
It looks
bill.
like
This is true.
very,
We have-
like everyone in
You
Venice.
know what?
I was
Put
gonna say
a
it's
note
very
to
LA,
dig up
but it's
pictures.
not
Yeah,
very
I
LA.
don't know where those are, but I'll find them for the next
It's
one.
really
Like,
Abacan. This listener sent me
Scooters
this.
are very like Santa
But,
Monica.
very
Venice,
funny, but
I feel.
I can't encourage people to go vandalize places. So let's get it perfectly square. Everything that I encourage people to do has to be
Maybe all the
100%
facial hair is like making
legal.
me think.
for legal purposes.
I mean,
But yeah,
let's
see,
But if it's
pray
already done,
vandalize
if we're
it and
in trouble, then you
that
might as well tell
matters.
us.
Sure.
that whoever
So
this person
the
is
comedy
is
stores
younger
used to
than
things like this.
30
A week
to
later
like
it was
literally
covered
seriously
up.
be calling
They
himself
went
Deaf
back.
Noodle
I'm sure they've had to do that
or
before.
Noodles.
We can't be the first people to think of adding our name.
It's a
And be
wall with
behaving like
names,
It's a
for
wall
God's
with names.
sakes.
So
And maybe
you
he'll
can't
be
really give us
forgiven
this
if he
sob
can
story that
apologize
nobody
for
ever
being such a
shows up to
fucking
comedy clubs. You don't have that privacy. You've created a public space. You've advertised it. You've given out the address. You're holding public events there. It's a public place now. It's not your private home that we invaded. All right, let's hear a little bit more.
It's a business. I have a business. And while I
love this.
purposely chose to have a public location because I wanted to be able to promote my
I
comedy.
wonder
way,
where
we're
it
cutting
is.
up
If you
so
guys tell
much.
me where it is, does anyone know where this
Burying us in
location
content.
is?
Not
I'm
only
trying to
before,
keep
we're
it.
trying. Trust me.
It looks like a
'Cause
building
this
in
guy
Venice, but like, how could I
buried
really
us.
tell?
I mean, really,
You know?
trying to keep up with Denny is like nothing compared to this.
He does
It
like
really,
3
really.
hours of talking per
Yeah,
day.
so I'm trying to only get to the important parts and really set this story up for the parts you need to know. And you guys could certainly go watch all this
Okay, my
stuff. There's
cheeks have
so many
relaxed.
great moments.
It's getting
But,
funnier, guys.
you know, we got to run through these here. Big club and build a comedy club using
It gets
my
even
following and, you know, the videos that I make. It's still, if you're a talent, you usually don't show up to the comedy club middle of the day demanding to enter it.
He was very
filming
scared when this
everything
happened.
and, you know, essentially yelling out the outside of it. You know, this is how you
Come
get
on, he showed up
blacklisted.
classy
Like
in
if
a
he did this at the
scooter.
comedy
What's the
store,
problem?
they would probably, I mean, no joke, like security would probably.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, people hang out at the Comedy Store all day. They've got that
Yep.
patio out there. You could come by. You could yell at the wall all
The
day.
bar's open
They
like
don't
all day.
care.
pretty
The
much.
security's not there during the day. And even if they were, they don't care. It's a public place.
Yeah, just massage
You know,
my jaws.
it's really not the end of the world.
Literally.
Kick his ass. That's how.
Oh, wait,
it would go.
listen to that.
They would probably no. This is
Listen.
how you get blacklisted.
This is what would happen at the Comedy Store.
This is how you get blacklisted.
They would probably. I mean,
Like,
no joke. Like
who is
security would
this
probably
dude?
kick his ass.
Security would kick his ass if he
doesn't even
rolled
have
up on a
security.
bird scooter and filmed the door. Security would
Whoa.
come out and they'd both fight to the death. Okay.
Empress,
That's
text
how it
me
would
what that
go.
Apple
That's
thing is.
comedy.
He knows comedy.
Your guests a tour. Can I have a tour of the club that I'll be performing at tomorrow? I'm performing tomorrow, Duff. I want the tour. You're being rude to your guests. It was very
So
far.
Salvo's a big IRL streamer. You know, he's got a lot of people watching, and people were following Salvo's live streams. He was doing great. You know, we sold all the tickets for him, and it was so nice how this all came together. We sold all the tickets for him, and
We sold all the
this really
tickets
happened. I had a
for him.
listener named AJ, and he kept messaging me saying, "Here, I'm in LA. I got this hotel for this event. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mike." And no joke, Salvo went into Popeye's Chicken for lunch, and this listener happened to be at the very same Popeye's. And they met up, and the listener I was going, "Oh my God, Sal, you won't believe this. I'm here for you from Red Bar." And Salvo goes, "Do you want to be my cameraman?" And the guy became Salvo's cameraman. It really
They
worked
streamed
out.
together all day. It
It was heartwarming to see back from my Dr. Claw. Like, I sat here all week like this, going, yes, Salvo.
That's what Empress is
Seriously.
waiting for,
Here.
Angela.
You come here, and I have the tour, Duff Noodles. Dennis Matoto. I came traveling long
And
journeys.
you can see Dennis
I've
is
been
watching
traveling
this
long
as if
journeys.
somebody's like doing the movie The Strangers to
That's
his
the
house, you know,
same-
like banging on his door.
That's the same face I made when I saw that video of the guy getting shot on his porch.
There
by
you
his
go.
girlfriend's dad. a week
Yes.
ago. Here you go.
I mean, that's a very concerned look. You know, he feels threatened here. His life is at risk.
Definitely.
For the tour of your office that I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
I was inviting you
Now watch this. Look at Salvo's exit.
on the scooter, Angela.
1 second.
I mean, that's pro. That's what really sold me on
That's
Salvo.
pro.
Watch this ending again. I'm going to zoom into him. He finishes his live. And this is what I mean about knowing what you're going to do. I love that. Watch this.
I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
Look at this. Ends his live, gets on the scooter, does a proper U-turn, scoots away.
Proper
That's
U-turn.
where it.
Scoots away.
That's where it ends.
You know, and we're one.
Okay, I have to end this here because my face fucking hurts from laughing. That cracked me the fuck up. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for whenever you watch it. I just think it's so fucking stupid funny what they did. And like worse than how this whole Deaf Noodles person, I've never even heard of him. To think he can like talk like that is kind of funny. And just more, it makes everything more funny. Like, I was watching by myself earlier and like seeing the guy roll up on the scooter. I can't. Thank you guys. Have a great night. You know when your like face hurts from laughing? Okay. Let's see. Cool. Did anyone do their 10-10-10 today? I did them at the pool. I haven't done my jumping jacks yet because honestly, I was wearing a bathing suit and I was like literally the only person at the pool. And I'm like, I'm gonna feel weird doing jumping jacks in like my bikini right now by myself. I won't feel, I mean, I do yoga at the pool by myself all the time, so that's fine. I don't mind doing like squats and like walking around lunging and shit, but like jumping jacks might feel funny. So I got to do those. All right, guys, I love you. Welcome back to the US, Lambros. Thanks for being your moderators. Yeah, Red Bar is bringing everyone together. Everybody that has anything to do with the truth. That'll that. All right, beep beep. Oh my God, I can't even. I love you guys. See you soon, tomorrow or something. Bye.